Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be getting into episode 3 of our Tommy John series. I've been featuring Owen. He's one of my athletes that I've been filming start to finish the rehab process for his Tommy John recovery. If you missed the first 2 episodes, you're going to go check those out. Click my main page and you can see episodes 1 and 2 and it'll kind of catch you up to date. Sorry this has been taking me a while to get this last little bit out on this video. Hurricane, traveled up to New York, and took a while to edit. YouTube editing is really hard, so here we are. Just to catch you guys up, the first video was like weeks 1 and 2-ish, and then the second video was like week 2 and 3, where I showed some interventions that we were doing. This video is going to catch us up for end of week 3, 4, and 5, and I've added a couple new things in treatment-wise. We're now starting to be able to load the rotator cuff a little bit, forearm a little bit more. His swelling's all gone. His range of motion's pretty much almost back to 100%, so he's moving along really well. So let's break into it. We'll get into some of the treatment selections that we're doing now and show some of the hands-on manuals work we're doing. We've been keeping with the flex pro grip that you guys have seen in previous episodes, and yeah, basically that's all that's new right now. It's still in that kind of super dull phase, but hey, I wanted to start this series to give you guys some comfort and see what Tommy John rehab looks like. Thanks for tuning in. This phase of the post-op Tommy John process starts to get a little bit more exciting for the athletes. Now we're in that week 3, 4, 5. This video was shot in week 4 post-op with Owen here. And in this stage, you get to start introducing a little bit of lifting, a little bit of lifting for forearm, cuff, scap, that kind of thing. You're kind of getting out of that passive range of motion, swelling management stage. And again, this depends on the athlete, but for Owen, his swelling has cleared up pretty much totally. Range of motion's been pretty good the whole time. Pain reports have been pretty low. So with him, I feel pretty good about starting to initiate some load. So today I want to walk you through what's called phase 1 manuals. I do this with a lot of athletes even that haven't had surgery. Phase 1 manuals, this is a part of a 4-part series developed by, to my knowledge, Mike Reinold and Lenny Macrina, and when they were in Birmingham at Andrews Institute with Kevin Wilk, they built out this series of hands-on, manually resisted exercises. So it starts with this, where we do almost like a flexion-based rhythmic perturbation. I've added a 4th position, don't tell them, but you do 3 positions, and you basically just give a little bit of a light stimulus back and forth, and you tell the athlete, hey, hold firm here. I'm going to give you a little bit of a push, and it's basically just a rhythmic isometric hold. And then we get into the ER version of it, so they're at like a 90-90 position. I'm going really light on this compared to the flexion. It's a little bit more stressful to the graft site than the straight arm hold would be. So I'm maybe going 5-10% effort here, just giving it a little light isometric, making sure there's no pain, and then we'll look for subsequent sessions, like are there any swelling, any issues after it. You don't typically see it though. It's basically just like hey, give me a little force of the cuff, and then I can work my hand position too to change the lever arm. The farther down his hand is, the more stress and torque I can probably apply, and the closer to his elbow, the less, just due to the length of the lever arm. From there, we go into a sideline position, and I'm literally just using my thumb here just to do some resistance along external rotation, and then through this row. Maybe on the row I might be getting up to 20-30% resistance, but on the ER ones right now, I'm pretty much just letting him move and maybe giving him a little bit of assistance or resistance depending on what the athlete's showing me. Then we do a sideline full can next. Again, these manuals are a really nice way as a therapist to kind of give some feedback, a little bit of stimulus, and also you can kind of control how much load they're taking on. You can provide force throughout the entire rep. Then we get into some serratus punches and some supine 45-degree external rotation. So again, this is just a nice starting point. This isn't all that we did today. This is like maybe a 15 to 20 minute snapshot, today's video. Outside of this, he did a lift on his own at the gym today. So he did some machines. Here's some scap work too. So yeah, after the session, he does some machine work. He works on some mobility, some lower half mobility. And we actually, after this too, did a little bit of cable-based work too that kind of mimics some of these patterns. He got some pressing in with his opposite side arm. So again, at this stage, we're really just trying to have some fun, make sure swelling range of motion looks good. And you really want to get the athlete start feeling more and more confident that, like, hey, I'm going to actually get back to pitching at some point. And here we're going concentrally through some flexor pronator mass work too. So again, this is more of an exciting phase because you're getting off the table or working out in the gym after doing stuff like this. He's getting to actually start loading up the tissues a little bit. So I think for most of my athletes, this becomes an exciting time in the rehab process because you're starting to see, again, some progress and you're getting a little bit closer. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you've had Tommy John and you want to comment below your experience at this phase of the rehab, or if you have any questions about how your rehab's going, feel free to reach out. Again, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.